Okay, for 43, gotta have a little flashback to geometry. Good, but first let's draw our little diagram. 18 is the size of the 50-degree angle, and we're looking for that line right there. Is that one? But you gotta remember the 6-foot drop. So when we're doing this, first thing we should do is label our sides, and that's the opposite right there, and then it's adjacent. It's a weird J, but you know, whatever. We want to find the opposite. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign the 50, and then we have to that's equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse being 18. Now we want to get that opposite by itself, so we multiply both sides by 18, giving us 18 sine of 50 is equal to the opposite. So you punch that into your calculator and you should get 4.7. But you gotta remember that 6-foot drop. So if you want to know exactly how far it is above water level, we're looking for that. So you'd add the 6, giving you 10.7 feet above water level. Number 44, this one's definitely easiest for to use decimals or a calculator. So what you do is you graph the equation, which as you can see, part A is the graph on right now. To find the slope, what you do is you count, like for example, this is a point right here, 10, 10, or 10, 5. Well, let's find another point, and you gotta go 6 over 5 down, and that's the consistent thing. It's 6 over 5, negative 6, 5, negative 6, 5, and as you can see right here, as it's marked, it crosses the y-axis at negative 7. So if you plug that into our formula, it's negative 6 over 5, x is equal to 7. So what we did right there, same thing, stays the same. And then as we go for part B, here, take that line down. Part B, we're doing the same thing, except with this line, same basic formula. You count, and you realize that you get a 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So that's our slope, and that'll be the first part of our equation, 3x right there. And then we can visually see that it crosses the y-axis at negative 5. Check our work. Bam. Lines up perfectly. And finally, part C gave us the 2 plot points on our graph, and we tried to figure out that. Well, the 2 points are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 apart. But as we know, they're both even numbers, so they can be divided by 2 down to 3. Yeah, they can be divided down to where it is just a 2 up and 1 over thing. So 1, 2 over 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1. So after you divide by 2, obviously, 6 and 4, you get 3 and 2. Or, no, wait, what? Yeah. Or, my bad, not 6 and 4, you get 6 and 3. Not 6 and 4, this is only 3. So when you divide 6 by 3, 3 by 3, 2 and 1. And so that is our slope right here in the equation, 2 over 1x. And then if we keep doing that pattern down, we'll get -12, which we plugged into the formula. And what happens when we turn that on? Lines up perfectly. We hit all 3 points. And that is how you answer number 44. For this problem, 45A, we're looking at a graph that looks very similar to this. It's got its little thing going on here, like that, coming out to like 3. It's also a -3 on the 3. We know that this is not a function because a function can only have one output for every input. So like if an input was like 2x, let's say it's right there, it has 2 outputs, which means that this is not a function. And for domain and range, just, freaking look at it. You can see that it does not go any lower than -3. So -3, and this is for range, by the way. Range, -3 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than or equal to +3. The range is anywhere in between, and the domain is actually the exact same, because the furthest left it goes is -3. So we know that it is no, it can't be anything like that. So -3 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than or equal to 3, because 3 is half. So we can arrange all in there. And moving on to B now. B, our graph looks a little more like this. And for this one, we have, it's more like this is right here is about -2. This is 3, 2, and well, -2 over. So now when we're doing the range, the range is from -2. It doesn't go any lower than -2. So -2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2, which is the highest y value. And then for domain, again, -2 is the smallest x value we have, so -2 is then equal to x, which is less than or equal to, this one goes all the way out to a +3, so that's the largest x value we have, so that's actually the domain, and that's 45. Alright, for number 46, the easiest thing to do is plug the 2 equations in and look for a real solution, which should be in the positive quadrant. And you can use decimals, which is the handy dandy tool that I will be using because it's visually the easiest to see. but you will get the same answer if you were to use a TI or any other graphing calculator. And as you can see, they do not intersect inside the quadrant right there. So there is no real solution for this answer. No real solution for 46.